Welcome to Negative Splits, the only running podcast that asks the hard questions, with your host, Doug Miles. Brought to you by the Lapeer Run Club, with generous support from the Doug Miles Fan Club and viewers like you.
So I've got a couple of friends who are just crushing their weekly mileage right now. And it really made me think like, man, what are they preparing for? What's motivating them to get out there and just pound out these miles? They have to have tired legs, right? And what motivates you as a runner to train, to struggle, and to toe that start line and go out and run till your heart feels like it's going to burst? So there's so many types of motivation that people find. And there's internal motivation, there's external motivation. People have a mix of motivation. Nobody is just one thing motivates them and nothing else. I mean, it's very, it might be nuanced, but there's a lot of different types of motivation. So I tried to list them all. I try to think of everything that I could of what motivates people. I mean, there's internal motivation, which would be, in my mind, that would be physical fitness, weight loss, mental health, personal bests, things like that. Then there's external motivation. That's the people like me, competitive runners, right? You're always comparing yourselves to other people. You've got rivals, you've got a nemesis that you've got to beat. You want a place, you want to get your age group win or whatever, or it's just social. It's that FOMO, fear of missing out, right? I gotta be at this race. All my friends are gonna be there. Okay, so I probably only scratched the surface when it comes to motivation. I bet you can think of a lot more. So leave me a comment below and see what I've missed. All right, motivation. Another thing that people will get motivated to do a race for is to have something to look forward to, right? We're just getting through winter. We're in the first days of spring. It's like one of the best times to run. Daylight's getting longer. There's no bugs. Temperatures are nice and cool. Haven't hit the summer heat yet, right? But having a race to look forward to in the springtime or in the summer can get you through the winter. It's something to look forward to. It's something to be excited about. The big crowds, all the tension. I asked some local runners to share their thoughts on two questions. First, what motivates you to sign up for a race? And if time and money were not an object, where would you love to go to run a race? Here's what they said.
What motivates me to run a race? I would say it's the challenge. The challenge could be the distance. It could be a new distance for me, the course, a new course, or even beating a previous time that I have on that course. And where I would like to travel if time and money weren't an obstacle would be in Alaska. I hate winter running or summer running. I'd rather run in the winter. So I feel like running in Alaska in the summer would be the best place for me.
What motivates me to race? I think that I race to test myself against my former self. I'll enter a race, see how I can do for the first time, and then from there it's just how much better can I get. And then if I could race anywhere, time or money is no object, I think that it would be, I'm pretty plain, but somewhere in the mountains, west side of the U.S. Like to do an ultra out there one day, something like that, once I get to that point.
Well, I like to pick things that are physically and mentally challenging for me. Like to push myself and try to prove to me that I'm not just a worthless piece of shit that will never amount to anything. I am signed up for a 50-mile race in England in May, but beyond that, at some point I would like to visit Italy or Greece, somewhere along the Mediterranean, and maybe run an ultra up in Alaska.
What motivates me to run is the run venture of just not knowing where you're going, not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing. I love that little element of curiosity. I love the miles of smiles and the goals and the perspiration and all the fun, because I just love people. We're a very special group of runners, we are. And if I had a chance to go anywhere to run, I would pick someplace out of the country where you have a little level of curiosity and a little level of, I don't know what this is going to bring, but we're going to have fun. We're going to go for it.
What motivates me to run a race? I guess I'm just a fan of self-improvement all the time and just want to be my best at things that I'm not very good at, to be honest. And then, with running, it's something that I never grew up thinking I'd be good at or even do, being a sick kid, asthmatic and stuff like that. So it's really motivating to be able to better myself at something that I never thought I could be good at. And like that, I'd like to go to Challenge Roth in Germany. It's a world-class triathlon, Ironman distance, and the crowds are just insane, and it's just one of the coolest races there is.
What motivates me to run a race, to be honest, is peer pressure, and also the fact that I want to see if I could beat myself from last time. And then where would I travel if time and money were of no concern? To run a race would probably be Maui, because I think it'd be beautiful, and I've always wanted to go there.
What motivates me to run a race? It's real simple. Destroying every other runner in my age group. Brings me nothing but joy. If I were to run a race anywhere, didn't matter money, distance, time, probably pick the 7 marathons in 7 continents. That'd be pretty cool.
So I collected so much material from our local runners here that I am going to have to make a second video because there's just too much to fit onto this one. So stand by for part 2. And thanks for joining me for Negative Splits with your host, Doug Miles. See you next time.